All right, today I am going to be doing yet another house project. This is something that I do quite often where I am just working on my house. As you can see, my garage back behind me. I've done a lot of work to it recently. I've done a lot of work in my backyard, my front yard, the interior, exterior of the house, on every corner. My newest project right now, which I'm going to be working on today, is going to be replacing some of the doors in my kitchen to cover my pantry. My pantry currently does not have any doors on it. I did have some when I first moved in. They were these old, ugly blue ones, and I ended up breaking them when I pulled them out to paint the house up. So I got a nice new pine door. Got to get it stained up and whatnot. I already got it sanded. So yeah, we're gonna start from there. So as you can see, the old homeowner was the one who went through and did all this trim. It looks terrible. A lot of things in this house, he had great ideas. His execution was horrendous though. So this is what I'm working on today. I already ripped off all the old trim. So gonna go back through, get my measurements right, and make sure that our new doors are going to fit. And then once I get the door mounted, I think what I'm gonna do is go around and do all new trim. This is the new door. I just need to get it stained. I already got it sanded. So I'm gonna get to that real quick and use a little bit of that YouTube magic to try and get it done real quick. And YouTube magic is over. We got it all nice and stained up. I end up tearing off this trim right here. My whole thought process is, why am I going to go through and put up these nice doors, trim it out nicely, leave this trim? I wouldn't. This door is not in the best condition, as you can see. This whole frame's just moving around. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to re-shim it, and then I'm going to start throwing up some new trim. So I'm going to have to patch some sheetrock real quick, which is no big deal. And then I'm going to go through and patch all this paint. So I'm going to start working on the sheetrock, working on this door jamb, and see what's next. I like to use this Easy Sand 5. I always just take a little bit, mix it in, add some water, and for these quick and easy patches, this stuff works pretty awesome. Alright, just like that, I got some mixed up, and I gotta go, because I only got 5 minutes now. I went through and addressed the spots that I needed to address. I'm gonna give that a little bit of time to set up. In the meantime, I'm gonna go through and fix the reveal of this door, get it all plumbed up, and make it not look as bad as it does currently, because this has been bugging me for a long time and I just have not had the time to fix it. So we're gonna try and get this door looking nice now. Got the reveal looking pretty good. There's still a little bit of, minor imperfections on it. This door took a lot of shims. It's definitely not perfect, but a whole lot better than it was. So now I can at least go through and get this painted, and I'm not gonna feel horrible every time I look at it with the new trim up. I also need to paint this door, but that's gonna be for another day. So I just went through and made a super simple door frame. I'm gonna go throw this up really quick, and that way I can see kind of what I have to do to be able to make this work. So I got the frame just sitting in there right now. As you can tell, it fits pretty good, but this is where I'm running into my issue. I actually went through and I scabbed a couple of these 1x4s in. Some people might say that's not the right way, but for what this is having to support, it's gonna be just fine. I'm gonna go through, get this shimmed up, get it looking nice. And also, if you're wondering what that yellow is, that is the color of what my house used to be in this kitchen. A school bus yellow. Absolutely awesome. Just went through and got it all shimmed up. I know some people are gonna give me grief about this, but like I said, just for these little doors, it's not gonna matter. So, time to go through and throw the door up, finally. There it is. Got the bifold door all installed. I will say that if anybody buys these ones from Home Depot, the written instructions are about as good as a screen door on a submarine. So this thing was actually kind of a pain to figure out how to hang, but it made sense in the end. So I still need to go through and put up this trim. Might be wondering, Leo, this isn't stained. Yeah, I know that. I need to go back and do that as well. I didn't have time to stain it. I just wanted to be able to get it hung today. So I'm gonna unfortunately be staining this in place. And then of course I need to touch up in between here. I didn't do that while I was on the stands. I figured I'm already gonna be doing a little bit of staining. I can touch this up while I'm here too. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that trim thrown on. And yeah, looking pretty good though. So I just went through, got my trim pieces cut. Just mitering them. We're doing 45s. I'm doing a 1/4 inch reveal. That way, when I go through and do this door, I can match it with being able to account for the hinges. But I'm gonna go sand and stain them, and then we'll throw them up, and this spot right here will be done. Of course, everything spirals. So now I am going to be sanding and staining my cabinets as well. Trim is all done, and that is a complete installation of this pocket door. I think it looks pretty good. Now just to tackle the rest of the kitchen. Went through, got this one all plumbed up, stained, square, level, every which way. So ready for this next door to be put up. I also went through and sanded down my little sheetrock patch, retextured it, and threw some new paint on. So it's gonna be ready to go too. While I was dealing with that stuff, my wife went through, did me a huge favor, and got all these cabinet doors sanded, every single one of them. So I'm gonna stain those tomorrow. Hopefully we can finish everything up, and we'll have a brand new looking kitchen. While I was at work, my wife went through and sanded down all of our cabinets. Got them all stained for me. And we are getting the doors all sanded and stained up. Get ready to throw these on. Well, once again, things spiral in this house when it comes to projects. Got a new oven, or range, oven and stovetop. These new things a lot of the time come in natural gas, so I'm having to swap it over to propane. Kind of a pain in the butt, honestly, but gonna be looking good. Well, the range is together and installed. I went through and made this little cabinet real quick. Actually, it was a pre-made cabinet. Needed to be stained through this side on here. Had this piece laying around. Was able to use this as a temporary top. I'm going to be redoing my countertops next. I believe I'm doing concrete countertops with a backsplash all the way to the top. So that's going to do it for tonight. And then hopefully we can get this wrapped up tomorrow. This door right here, went through and sanded and stained. Gonna get that hung up pretty quick here. Went through and put up the cabinet doors again. Of course, I still have a lot of paint that I need to go back and, patch up. I wrapped my dishwasher because that is the only appliance that doesn't match right now. It's white, it's stuck out pretty bad, so kind of a temporary fix until I decide that I want to get a new one. Dishes in the sink because everything got covered in dust when we were sanding these things down. It's starting to get a little bit late. I'm running out of time, so one of the last things to do is get this door hung, get the trim up, and I think that'll be good for tonight. I only have a little bit left in this kitchen, so let's just try and get this done real quick. I went through and got all the paint patched up. Got everything touched up where it needs to be. And that is a complete kitchen as of right now. I am going to go through and redo my countertops, my sink, my floors, and do a backsplash. Coming here pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. This is technically like phase 1 is what I'm considering it of the kitchen remodel. So hopefully we get to the next phase soon.